What's up, guys? Randy here. I wanted to share with you something that's happened to me that maybe is happening to you or has happened to you and perhaps can help you. So really quickly, 4 years ago, I used to work for LA Fitness. I used to be a general manager there, and I used to make about $60,000 a year. Okay, I loved my job. Everything was great. I loved talking to people. I loved fitness, and I loved making money. Everything was great, right? But the only issue with the company was, not the company, the only issue with the system was that if you didn't perform or you didn't sell up to their standards, you were either going to get demoted or fired. I mean, one of the two. And I was really good at my job, so I never really, worried about that. But I never had the security of knowing that my job was guaranteed. So what did I decide to do? As a human being, you seek certainty. You seek certainty, right? You want to know that you got a job guaranteed, that paycheck's going to come and your family's going to be all right. So what I do, I decided, you know what, let me dedicate 4 years out of my life to go back to school and, get into a career that is similar, makes somewhat the same money, not as much. I'll tell you that right now. I'm not making as much now. But I didn't do it for the money. I did it for the job security and the schedule, all right? So I went back to school. I decided to become a registered nurse, okay? So for all of you that don't know about nursing, a nursing degree is something that everyone wants to do nowadays. It's really hard to get into the schooling. It's really hard of a course, meaning 2 years of your life where you're dedicated to, literally, you become a monk just to get through it. And then you become a nurse, and then you got to pass the boards and all that. Anyways, fast forward to today's date. I went through all of that. Basically, 4 years out of my life just now passed, and I wasn't making money because you're just working here and there just to pay the bills so you can get through school, right? So here I am today, a month and a half into a nurse. I'm a registered nurse, and I'm working in an internship. And I was just sat in the office yesterday and told that I was underperforming. That basically I wasn't catching things as fast as I should be, right? Now guys, let me explain something to you. When I left LA Fitness 4.5 years ago, my illusion was, you know what, I'm going to dedicate 4.5 years of my life, but it's going to be worth it at the end. I'm going to have this great career, working these great hours with a guaranteed paycheck, and I'm going to love my life. Everything's going to be great. Boom, life is awesome, right? Well, guys, I'm here now, and this just happened. Every day I go to work, I get my butt whooped in the sense that it's so difficult just to accustom myself to it, right? Because there's a lot to learn. And the standard that they're holding you to is so difficult. Anyways, I don't want to make this too much about that. What I want to get at is, after dedicating 4.5 years of school, sacrificing money, time, and, basically adventure, because I didn't do anything for that time, I realized that no matter what, as long as you're working for somebody else, you will always be a number. And you will always have to do what somebody else tells you to do. And if you are not able to perform at that level, you get cut or something along those lines. So you dedicate all this time, and yet you still work for somebody else. So you're still in the same place you were when you started. So my message to you is this. Number one, work for yourself. And I think everyone in this group is already on that path. But I just want to reiterate how important that is in case you forget. Number two, I have found that you only succeed when you are put in the right environment. Billy Jean is great at what he does because he's doing something that he's naturally good at. He loves to teach, he understands business, and he's good on talking to people and conveying his personality through the camera, right? That is a winning environment for Billy Jean. Make sense? Steve Jobs. How good do you think Steve Jobs would be in a drive-thru? Do you think he'd be life-changing the game or making things that much better in the drive-thru game? Maybe he's got the great voice through the speaker? No. He would suck and fail at that. We would have never heard of Steve Jobs. But what did he do different? He was put in the right environment for him to grow. Does that make sense? So you can't expect a flower to grow in a dark room because it doesn't have what it needs. It doesn't have the right environment, the right soil, the right wind or rain or sun. So my message is, work for yourself if you want to be happy. Number one. Number two, put yourself in the right environment where your skills come across, when your skills are being used. If you're a people person, you need to be around people. If you're an introvert person, you need to be in an office doing your thing, right? Because you're an introvert. You work better in that environment. You cannot put an introvert person into a sales position because they'll freaking sink. They're just not people. You know what I mean? So very important, guys. Very important because, again, I dedicated so much of my life to becoming something, thinking that something was going to be. And then you get there and it's not, because once again, you're still working for somebody else. You're still, and I mean this, as long as you work for someone else, you're still somebody's bitch. And unless you change that, or unless you're okay with that, nothing would change. I hope this video finds you in a good place in life. And if it doesn't, if you're going through something similar, take the advice of figure out what you're good at, put yourself in that environment, and blow up. I'll see you with the next video. My name is Randy. Thank you for watching.